What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Netflix reality series Cheer Season 2! Hey, before you watch my review, please subscribe to my channel, press that like button, and ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. And if you'd like to help support this channel, please do so at patreon.com/ramascreen. That's patreon.com/ramascreen. Let's rock this. Was I a huge fan of the previous first season? Yes, I was. But at the time, I was late to the party. I became a fan after the show already blew up and became this overnight sensation. And it's absolutely crazy. People went wild about Cheer a couple of years ago, the same way they're going wild about Squid Game today. So naturally, I was looking forward to season 2, and now that I've seen it in its entirety, I gotta say, the decision to include Trinity Valley Community College is brilliant. I'm not sure if this is happening because TVCC saw the first season and went, "Hey Netflix, what about us? We got the stuff too. Let us in on that slice of the pie." Whatever their reason may be that led up to their involvement in season 2, it is the right move because we get to see the other camp, the one that didn't win but are thirsty for that trophy. There's so much more drama in this new season 2, way more. The combination of the rivalry and COVID and Jerry Harris scandal. I mean, I for one never thought that the world of cheerleading could be this eventful. Season 2 is emotional, it's vigorous, and it's just as much joyous as it is heartbreaking. Directed and executive produced by Greg Whiteley, the Emmy-winning show is back, and the stakes have never been higher. As season 2 opens and the buzz around their newfound stardom threatens to alter the dynamics of Navarro Cheer, the team finds no amount of press frenzy could compare to the challenges they must face when COVID-19 upends their 2020 cheer season and a serious criminal accusation is levied at one of their teammates. Against that dramatic backdrop, the 9-episode season expands to showcase Navarro's fiercest rival, Trinity Valley Community College. As with the Navarro team, TVCC has a charismatic coach and breakout stars whose struggles, triumphs, and stories extend far beyond the mat. As both teams push for the 2021 championships in Daytona, familiar faces take compelling detours and new contenders make a name for themselves. I can't even begin to imagine the logistics that director Greg Whiteley was working with on this new season. I'm sure it was tough enough to be documenting one team, but to be documenting two teams at two separate locations while simultaneously following around their personal lives, boy, I mean the time and the energy and the technical crew that went into that must have been massive or at least costly. If you start watching this season 2 by immediately jumping to the episode about Jerry Harris, I don't blame you. And trust me when I say that this episode is devastating. The victims bravely show their faces and the details they share are uncomfortable and jaw-dropping. But I commend the show and Navarro for not shying away from this controversy. To me, this episode goes to show we need to be careful who we put on a pedestal or who we idolize, because at the end of the day, that somebody is just a human being who could potentially fall from grace. That whole fame and notoriety are a constant running theme throughout this new season. Dancing with the Stars, product endorsements, talk show appearances. Some of the cheerleaders are more than happy to ride that wave, while some of them don't see it as a big deal. But it's clear that even their family members are taking advantage of the fact that Netflix has basically put their schools on the map. But back to the rivalry, I just have a few more things to say before I conclude this review. The differences between Coach Vontae and Coach Monica are fascinating. I end up admiring both of them actually. I can't pick and choose which one I like more. They're both very driven, they're both very passionate, they're both tough as nails. The show might make it seem as if TVCC is the villain, but I would highly disagree. Their methods might seem a lot more physically demanding, but that's just the nature of the sport. This entire show basically shatters every preconceived idea we might have previously had about cheerleading. TVCC in particular has a girl named Jada who is so ambitious and so laser focused She scares me, and she expects the same standard of perfection from her teammates. One of the new girls at Navarro, I believe her name is Maddie from Massachusetts. She has a rough upbringing, a rough background, but Maddie is the epitome of not letting her condition define her, let alone mess with her cheerleading dream. And so, in the middle of all these dramas that are going on in season 2, there are still pockets of inspiring gems about overcoming adversity. The competition doesn't just happen at Daytona. It also happens at home among teammates, all of whom are breaking sweat and tears to prove themselves worthy of that spot on that mat. What a hell of a sequel. What an emotional roller coaster ride. Do not miss out on Cheer Season 2.